Hey guys, thank you for riding with West Lawn Care. We
Thank you.
on our way to another client. No, first we have to go to
Yeah, I gotta go fix this flat tire at
the
Stevenson
inner tube.
Repair
You
Shop.
said? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this is go to Stevenson Repair Shop in Lawrenceville. Is it in Lawrenceville?
They are in Loganville.
Loganville. That's his go-to. Because they always, actually get it done. And actually, if they don't have it, they can order it. And they're pretty quick.
Yeah, they always get me getting in and out in a decent amount of time.
Yeah.
Great people.
Yeah.
Great people. I actually drive out of the way to come to these individuals because there's another commercial store up the street from where we live, like 5 minutes up from where we live. But since I have a good rapport with these individuals, I come here. And also, there was one time when we first started West Lawn Care, I had a dream that I bought my zero turn from Stevenson Repair Shop. And then the day that I was actually getting ready to go do it, I was like, deja vu.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another reason why I go there too.
Awesome. Well, as you guys know, or if you're just now joining us, we are a family lawn care company. We were founded in 2017, but we stepped out on faith and began full-time services in 2019. It's been a up and down. It's been a great experience, but I wanted to pick my husband's brain and see if he and I had the same ideas on what are two of the biggest blessings of owning West Lawn Care.
Working for yourself.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of a bundle, but
Yeah.
to I guess to just answer your question for what it is, working for yourself and working for yourself and building something for your family.
Mm-hmm.
Building something that you can pass down to your kids, building something that even your nephew, your niece, or something that they can work, building something for your grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
Because you support all these other businesses every day, Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Acura, whatever the situation is, Google, Android, Apple, we support those businesses all day and we go to work for them all day. But we also have our own dreams and goals that we can't necessarily completely 100% dive ourselves into because we're going to this job to complete their goals and dreams. So that's what I like. I can complete my own goals and dreams without somebody else blocking my time to do that. So that's what I like. Working for yourself and setting up something for family legacy.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. We both came from corporate and we saw, not only how treatment can be towards employees, good or bad, but any change that ever comes down, from up top and filters down, it takes so much to change the energy in an office or the systems in place, even if they're not good. But for you and me, I think a point to a point where what you said was, I really like being able to change something when it doesn't work right away. I really like that about having your own business. So
you talking about
Yeah.
like processes and workflows?
yes. And
Oh,
we
yeah.
can put an SOP in place and we can fix it. Hey, that didn't work last year.
Right.
That didn't work with these last 4 customers. Let me make sure we put this out there. Like, businesses, a lot of times, from what I've worked for, assume they're right all the time. And they don't adjust with the times. But owning your own business means you can say, hey, this could be easier,
Right.
This could work better, and we can implement it that week,
Right.
Like, of course, not anything that would hurt or affect the clients. Of course, we would have to first put out, emails
A newsletter or
and
something. This is the
newsletter
direction we're going towards.
and then give the client the reasoning behind the choices, and then let them decide what's best for them in their household. But as far as like if we find out, hey, using this particular brand or going to this gas station or going anything, we can more easily implement a change that would optimize our system and cause more efficiency. We can do that so fast versus being in the corporate. You have to be like, so I'm going to ask this person, then my boss is going to ask their boss, then that boss is going to ask their boss, then they're going to put a meeting, and then they're going to have a meeting about the meeting, and then possibly, something may be done.
Right. Why I got my blinker on?
I don't know. My other question, what's been West Lawn Care's biggest hurdles? It could be one or two, whatever. In the last 3 years we've been full time, what's been our biggest hurdles?
I think one of the biggest hurdles is always going to be how to get inventive during the winter, especially in Georgia, being a southeastern state. Grass doesn't grow. Of course, we have mulch, pine, all the other things. But I think as we're growing, I think it's just like the commercial properties, as far as how they want to pay.
Yeah.
We have a set way that we like to get paid, and then of course having those meetings, and sometimes it just doesn't go that way. Even if the bid is right,
yeah.
For like one of the ones that we kind of did not move forward with because we didn't like how they would pay.
The net 45.
Yeah. And that's another good benefit about having your own business. You can tell people how you get paid.
Yeah. And the net 45, for those who don't know, and the net 30 is when people, as far as when they're talking about payment, is when clients decide, hey, I don't want to pay you up front. We're going to have you work for us, however long, for 30 days, and then we pay you after the 30 days, or we pay you after the 45 days. And that's not something, we're down with right now.
Yeah, right now. That's not
right
something
now.
We like to go ahead and say this is the cost. Even if it's something quarterly, we go ahead and take that quarterly price up front.
Yes.
Or we take that monthly price up front.
Yes.
And then we work. That's how we do our residential clients. That's how we do our commercial clients. Well, that's just how we do business.
Yes.
So did that answer the question?
Yeah. So I think the challenges is, winter time and keeping the work up.
Right.
And then also gaining commercial clientele that not only appreciate our bid, but also pay us according to how we, need to be paid, which that's something that everybody goes through. Getting commercial is always harder.
Another
they
thing,
got more processes.
Another thing is just outside of just doing residential stuff and commercial stuff, just when you have like a special project and giving the estimate for the price of the materials and the labor of the material. Because one thing that we know in this business, our fellow landscaping people, is that there's always going to be somebody out there that's going to be able to do the work for cheaper.
Yeah.
But one thing that my wife and I, that we have really stuck to probably like the last, I'm going to just go on the soft side and say probably like 2.5 years. The price is the price.
Yes.
I don't care about what so-and-so landscaping does it for.
Yeah.
You called West Lawn Care, that's what we're going to do it for.
Right.
Everybody has it. You don't go to Chick-fil-A looking for McDonald's prices.
Correct.
So if you want so-and-so to, if you want Johnson's Lawn Care to do it for $100 cheaper, or $200 cheaper, whatever. Okay, cool. Go with that price, but our price is the price, and that's another thing.
We do negotiate within fairness.
We do negotiate within fairness, but
don't try to lowball. That's the thing. Don't try to lowball. You're not going to, like you say, getting Chick-fil-A for McDonald's prices. Like, you're not going to get all of the work under the sun, including, all the bells and whistles for your lawn care, and you paying, and you paying booty money.
Yep.
And then a lot of times we get certain treatment because we are young and black, and not bringing not trying to bring that type of negativity in. But the truth is, there are literal, times where like people think because we're young and black we will do stuff for cheap, or do stuff for cheaper, or they feel that way about us. And but we try to stay positive anyway, because really we can't help other people's perception of us, and we're not going to not going to be affected and let that negativity take up space in our head. Like, whether they think they can be cheap with us for whatever reason, the answer is no.
Just how they feel there's another landscaping company out there, there's another customer out there.
Exactly.
That's my philosophy. They say there's another landscaping company, there's another customer.
Client. Yeah.
And
exactly.
then, just like no different from anything else, they say just know your worth. Know your worth before you go to any commercial property or even residential property, and know what your labor costs.
Yeah.
And honestly know that. And then
what's your lowest that you'll go?
And what's your lowest?
Pre-discuss what your lowest with your team, or in your mind if you do business by yourself. Already have what the lowest is, and that's gonna be it.
And that's one thing we had to learn too, with having set rates. We had to go and create a service list. We had to go and create a item list, and we had to find out how much does this cost us, what's going to be our return, and where do we put our prices based upon this,
and how do we maintenance our equipment to keep it up. So we got to include that in the price. That's one thing at the beginning in 2017 West Lawn Care did not do.
We did not know. Everything that we did was like pretty much learning on the fly and things of that nature. So when I said that I really had a goal to just to have a business by the time I turned 35, I didn't know what it was gonna be. It just happened to turn out that, well, no, I think it kind of went to, it just so happened to be West Lawn, because I was cutting that young lady's yard across the street, and I was like, I think West Lawn Care just started. I think it just started. And
then once he said that, I was like, say no more.
That was good.
I set it all up.
I gotta find this too, and then I gotta see.
We thank y'all for joining us for this talk, and we're gonna have a few more that we have on our YouTube, and also want you to subscribe. Want you to click the bell so you get notifications. We upload something every week, so yeah, and
if there's no content, I haven't provided any content, so don't get mad. Like, I'm looking for this new video.
No, I'm gonna make sure it's content. I'm gonna make sure there's content every week. So, thank y'all for joining in.